We like Polkadot, we like Cardano, and I'm sure people in the audience right now, please let Carl know in the comments which coins he needs to look at. Because like he said, we're entering a little bit of an alt season. So let us know.
Yeah, for sure. I need all the help I can get because I'm very focused on Bitcoin usually. If I enter into alts, it's usually only because of technicals. I know that you guys do much more research than I do on altcoins, so your audience is probably very educated. So guys, comment down below, what should I buy? I'm ready to buy.
Hey, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron, here with my brother Austin. Today we are joined by fellow YouTuber, trading expert, Carl the Moon. He has his YouTube channel, which is called The Moon. He's a big Bitcoin bull. He's been involved in cryptocurrency for a long time. He has gone from nothing to millionaire status, and I believe this year he's trying for billionaire. Carl, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic because I feel like we're on the verge of the next big leg in this bull cycle. And I think the gains that are to come will be absolutely mind-blowing for us. Even for us who have been in crypto before, I think people don't realize how big the next few months are going to be, in my opinion. So excited.
I like it. And, I think you're right. I think it's easy to roll your eyes at something like that. But I think, our tiny humans and our lizard brains, we don't realize, like when Bitcoin was $1,000, people never thought it would get to $20,000. And people just, don't, nobody knows the future, but it could get really big. So everybody keep an open mind. I mean, that's why we're all here in cryptocurrency.
So we're not going down to a bear market? Sorry to be the realist.
Yeah, that's the question. We have a TA expert on it. I'd love to jump into some charts.
Yeah. Let's just to say the short answer to that question is no. I don't think we're going into a bear market right now. I think the bear market will come inevitably, but after the bull cycle is over, which I think is going to be within the next maybe 6 months or so.
Let's dive right into the charts. Let's start with Bitcoin, then maybe we'll get to Ethereum and maybe even an altcoin or two. What is your current outlook for Bitcoin in the short term? And of course, what is your end of cycle prediction?
All right, so here we are on the daily time frame for Bitcoin. And well, I want to first of all show you one important moving average. It's this red moving average. It is the 200 daily moving average. And it is one of the most significant moving averages by far for any asset. And Bitcoin has right now been able to actually regain support above the 200 daily. This is a big step in my opinion. This is something I was waiting for or hoping for, because I think that this is showing us further strength for the bulls. And there's another level I really want to show you, which was a very good big step for us that we broke above it. And that is this area down here. Let me actually delete the moving averages for now. So this green box here at 42 to 43K. I mean, everyone who's following my channel, they know how much I was talking about this level basically every single day for weeks. I told people that up until the point where, or as long as we're below this level, we're technically still in a bear market. But as soon as we break above this level, this is showing me that the bulls are back and that the daily time frame is full on bull mode. And I also said that I think that when we break this level, we are very likely to go up towards the all-time high from there. Obviously, nothing goes up forever. We could see pullbacks, like nothing goes up, right? But I do believe that Bitcoin is definitely looking bullish right now. And the scenario where we go down in a continued bear market is, in my opinion, very unlikely now after breaking this big resistance level. So short term on the daily time frame and on the weekly time frame, I would say I am very bullish on, and I have been for quite some time here. And we can also go out on the weekly time frame, and I want to show you one of my favorite indicators, the EMA ribbon. And this is usually just telling us whether we are in a bull market or in a bear market. And as long as we hold above this, we are in a bull market. And you can see how we got a beautiful bounce here off of the weekly. And essentially, I would say that on the weekly time frame, we never entered into a bear market, technically on the weekly time frame. We just got a nice big weekly bounce, and it looks like we are getting a next big leg up. Going back into the daily, you can see the same thing here, that we are back into we are in a bull market right now, but we were technically in a bear market actually. Look at this. You can see that when we broke the daily ribbon here, we saw some price action going a little bit up and down, but then you can see how we clearly entered into a bear market. Yeah, but let's just yeah, long story short, on the daily time frame, we're back into bull mode, which is of course a good sign for us here. If I were to play both sides a little bit here, there's one thing I do want to point out, which could be a short-term bearish sign. So we could see a small pullback before we see the next big leg up. And that is the fact that we do see this bearish divergence here on the daily time frame. So here you have a high, sorry, let's see, we have a high right there and a higher high right there. And if you look in the RSI, you have the opposite. You have a high and a lower high. And this is technically then called a bearish divergence. However, for this to be a solid, confirmed bearish divergence, I think we first need to see a bigger pullback here down to, let's say, 43, 42K. If that happens, then I would say that the bearish divergence is a solid divergence that is likely to get us a pullback or just sideways action. But right now, I would say that the bulls are definitely still in control. And I mean, I am still long Bitcoin. I'm not closing my positions just because of this potential bearish divergence, but it is something there that we should definitely pay attention to. Any questions on Bitcoin so far?
Yeah, I'll take one. Very interesting. And I do think, or for the longest time, for the last 3 months, after that 50% dip, for the longest time, the traders, the TA was looking bearish and the fundamental on-chain metrics was looking bullish. And that was the biggest divergence. And now they're lining up. I agree with you that cross above the 200-day moving average is significant. Obviously, what do you take fundamental analysis into consideration at all? And also, what would you need to see? Would you need to see a retest of that, we're above it, then a retest, then back above to gain more confidence, or what's that look like?
Do you mean a retest of this green box?
Well, both. You referenced both, correct, as bullish crossovers?
Yeah, so the 200 daily, we actually already retested it. If I bring it out again, let's just, yeah, let me see here. So you can see here that we actually broke above it. And let's see here. Whoops. So we broke above it. And then we saw a retest of the support. And right now we're getting another green candle. So technically, it looks like we already retested it and confirmed support. Looking at this green box, I mean, yes, like I said, the scenario where we come down and retest support here is definitely always going to be there. And if we can confirm support, then that's going to be an even more strong sign that the bullish case is going to be even more powerful when it actually happens. And you can also see here that I prepared a small little, or actually pretty big inverse head and shoulders here. And I know that many people think that this is not an inverse head and shoulders, but because it looks like a Frankenstein pattern, but I would say that it is valid in my opinion, because I have had experience with these patterns before and they don't always look exactly perfect, right? I mean, we did have one very perfect one up here, which was amazing. And everyone who is a follower of mine, remember how I actually told people to short here, and I put the short here and we actually made some money there. And this one looked amazing, right? This one does not look amazing, but it still is a valid inverse head and shoulders in my opinion. And the target actually, technical here, because if you do this, you take from the neckline down to the head and you pull it up like this. This gives us a target of $56,700 for Bitcoin. That's just, yeah, technically, if you actually believe that this is a head and shoulders. Actually, if you guys believe it's an inverse head and shoulders, leave a thumbs up down below right now.
I would love to know. I really would love to know what the audience thinks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but that's Bitcoin. Do you guys want to maybe take a quick look at Ethereum?
Sure. I mean, at some point, I'd love to hear your, long-term thoughts on where Bitcoin's going near the top of this cycle. We can take a look at Ethereum first, or whatever you want to do.
Let's keep the big bull cycle top target for later in the video. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
Cool, to make people watch. Yeah, classic YouTube tactics. All right, so yeah, this is Ethereum against Bitcoin. And we have a big triangle here. And this is also something I covered on my channel for many weeks here. And I basically just said that if we were to break to the upside here, then obviously that's bullish for Ethereum, which could lead to a breakout in terms of US dollars, but also, of course, here against Bitcoin. And so far, ever since this breakout, we've seen Ethereum go up 14% against Bitcoin. And the target, as you can see here, is actually, if you take the widest possible point here, this would give us a target of 0.09 for Ethereum. So which means that Ethereum could still go up another 30% against Bitcoin. If you are a little bit more conservative, you could potentially maybe measure from this point like this, or yeah. But let's just say that Ethereum is looking bullish, even if you go up to 0.08 or so. So this is against Bitcoin. And if you go over to Ethereum against the US dollar, I mean, now it's a little bit messy here, but if I just delete everything, you can see that we're clearly here on the 1 hour time frame in a very, very strong uptrend. Going out to the 4 hour, you can also see that we've seen a pretty significant reversal here. And Ethereum is looking bullish. This is definitely the case. If we bring up my lines here again, I want to point out something here that could, I mean, you could see the bearish case and the bullish case here, and I'm going to show you both of them. So you can put a line like this, and you can call this an inverse head and shoulders, and you can say that we are going to put breakout very soon, or you can even make the case that we already broke it right now. I would probably say that maybe it looks more like we didn't break it yet, but you can also put a line like this, and you could actually make a bearish case here saying that this is a rising wedge, and a rising wedge is obviously a bearish pattern. What I would do when you see something like this is that don't act until we see the breakout, because sure, it can break down, it can break up. So as a trader, what you want to do is you just want to wait, because if it breaks up, perfect, we put in the long and we can make some money. We can go up to potentially our inverse head and shoulders target here at $3,500. But if we break down, then maybe we want to close some of our long positions here and potentially even maybe take a short if you want to target our green box that I put here for Ethereum at $2,800 or $2,900. So, and I know that some people say that, Carl, now you're saying it's going to go up or down. But like, yeah, it's a pattern. It can break up or down. But I would definitely say that in a very strong uptrend like this, I would say that the likelihood of this breaking up is higher than breaking down. This is just something based on my experience that I can definitely say, but nothing is ever written in stone. So as a trader, we should always wait for a breakout.
Yeah, anybody who speaks in absolutes is, they're just, that's not what you do. And, that's why it's important to follow on a daily basis, because if it breaks up, then that's new information. If it goes below, that's new information, and things could change like that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And speaking of altcoins here, I just want to show you this chart because this is the Bitcoin dominance. And let's see here. We had a triangle up there, and this broke to the downside. And that was the beginning of this huge altcoin season that we saw. And right now we've seen this rising wedge form. And well, we broke it to the downside. And that was the point where I told my audience that this is an altcoin season. And I am positioning myself with more exposure towards altcoins. So I would say that altcoins are right now getting up some momentum. And I believe that we are in the next few weeks going to see an altcoin season. And technically, the target out of a rising wedge is actually the bottom of the wedge, which means that the dominance could come back down to these levels that we already were down there. Yeah, essentially, if you want to take some altcoin positions, I would say that this could be the time, because you can see that definitely the momentum is there. And if we were to reverse back up again, then I would just exit these alts positions. But right now I am long Ethereum, and I am long a couple of other alts that I believe in, basically. And
you don't have to go into you don't have to show us a different chart, but would love to know which altcoins are you positioning yourself in at the moment, or even which altcoins you believe in maybe long term, however you think about it.
Okay, so some of the small ones, I'm not sure if I want to say because I'm afraid of pumping the market. So I don't think I'm going to do that. But I can definitely say Ethereum, I have a huge position in, a spot position. So basically, I've been accumulating Ethereum now, and I've positioned myself. So my total crypto portfolio is very heavy on Ethereum. And I also recently bought some Cardano with Ethereum actually, because I saw that the chart was looking like like uh, like I wanted to switch some of my Ethereum into Cardano. And I also took some Bitcoin, shifted that into Polkadot, and what else? Yeah, I did a few other trades, but these are the big names that I did. And I can also say that I have done a little bit of yield farming and that kind of stuff, but then we're going into very small coins, and I don't think it's right to talk about small caps. I don't know. It will just pump the market, and it feels bad. But
That's fair. We like Polkadot, we like Cardano, and I'm sure people in the audience right now, please let Carl know in the comments which coins he needs to look at. Because like he said, we're entering a little bit of an alt season. So let us know.
yeah, for sure. I need all the help I can get because I'm very focused on Bitcoin usually. If I enter into alts, it's usually only because of technicals. I know that you guys do much more research than I do on altcoins, so your audience is probably very educated. So guys, comment down below, what should I buy? I'm ready to buy.
And I would love to wrap this up, turn the camera back to us, and just talk big picture Bitcoin and Ethereum towards the end of the cycle. So based on the TA, based on the fundamentals, and nobody can see the future, but what is your end of the cycle speculation for Bitcoin?
End of this cycle, I think that with a 95% certainty, it's going to be above $100,000. I'm very sure about that. I think we're very, very likely to see Bitcoin hit $200,000 to $300,000 in this cycle. I wouldn't be very surprised if we go even higher. It wouldn't surprise me if we reach $500,000, $600,000, because these are targets that no one expects. Everyone is expecting 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. The unexpected would be if we actually go back into a bear market now, or if we actually go to like 500,000 or even higher than that. But I wouldn't say that the likelihood is so high. If I were to use my gut feeling, I would say that for Bitcoin to reach $500,000 in the cycle, maybe 10, 15% chance. But it's definitely in the cards, I think.
And you think that, I mean, like, what do you think? How long could this cycle go? How long could those predictions or thoughts be in play? Is it like in the next 1 to 2 years, you're thinking?
For sure, definitely within 1 to 2 years. I would say within 7 to 8 months, we will have reached the cycle top. And I would probably say it's very likely that we've reached $100,000 per Bitcoin within the next 4 or 5 months, I would say. I would actually be very surprised if we don't see that.
Very interesting. And assuming that we at least get over 100K, where does that put Ethereum in your mind?
That's a great question. And I can't be as confident in that number. So I would have to kind of pull it out of nothing. But if Ethereum just keeps up with Bitcoin as it is right now, so if Bitcoin doubles from here, or a little bit more than doubles, yeah, let's say Ethereum will very, very easily reach $6,000 just based on having Ethereum and Bitcoin follow the same trajectory. But I do believe that Ethereum could outrun Bitcoin in this bull cycle. I think we've seen that before, and I think it's a possibility. So let's say a range between $6,000 to $10,000 for Ethereum in this bull cycle is, in my opinion, extremely likely to occur. Extremely likely. And if Bitcoin goes to 500K, then Ethereum will go even higher than 10K, I think. But ballpark 6K to 10K, I think, is a very conservative number for Ethereum, in my opinion.
I love it. Carl, thank you so much for coming on today. Links to Carl's YouTube channel and Twitter in the description below. Follow him on both, and let him know, hey, I just saw you in Altcoin Daily, and I'm part of your channel. That'd be cool. Carl,
Yeah,
thank you so much, man.
You guys beat me to it. You reached 400,000 on Twitter before me.
Hey, we'll see you at 500,000.
Yeah. Let's see who reaches 500K first.